Okay, he's going first. Mark that down. Colony board. What's on this page? Spoils. The spoils are for pillage. We have knights again. We'll just remember that pillage is the other card. So yeah, big cards. And I have a 4-3 opening. That's not big cards. These are big cards. Attacks knights, pillage, and scrying pool. So knights and potentially pillage, I guess. But as I learned from my previous match, colony board very much weakens knights. So yeah. Those are there. Trashing, we've got the one knight that trashes. God. This is exactly why I hate knights, because whoever gets that knight is going to be at a pretty big advantage if they can get it early. And, like, that's not Dominion to me. That's not, well, it's not the Dominion that I like to play. So I'm just going to whine about that for a second. Wah. Okay, I'm done whining. Village, there's no village. And the only plus buy is that one knight again, but there's gainers here. You've got Haggler and Horn of Plenty. Okay, fine. Well, what are we going to do about this? The draw here is Scrying Pool, which is non-terminal. If you have an action-dense deck, you can get that done. And Highway works very well with Horn of Plenty. You don't actually need unique cards in your deck. You could just play a deck with Scrying Pools, Oases, Highways, and Horns of Plenty, and like one Haggler, I guess. And that's the thing. However, that deck is that deck vulnerable to knights? Well, it's vulnerable to 1,000,000 knights. You'll probably have to contest knights in that way. Counting House is here. Counting House is a decent counter against knights, and it is a colony board. Couple different ways you could go here. I mean, engines are really nice. Scrying Pool, even with no trashing, is it's still a pretty effective way to draw lots of cards if you have an action-dense deck. I mean, if you buy nothing but action cards and, like, probably one potion, you know, it only takes till turn 10 until your Scrying Pool is effectively a lab. And with the sifting ability, like, it in practice, it's usually better than that. Of course, then you need to add horns for payload. So, actually, that is pretty rough. You really want to have a lot more non-terminals without trashing to make that work. And that's also pretty slow to set up, too, with no plus buy. I really don't like the Scrying Pool Highway Horn of Plenty thing. I think Knights and potentially Counting House could be pretty good. Oasis supports that, so you could open Oasis Quarry. Yeah, you could open with the Oasis and Quarry. Probably get a Haggler. And see what happens with the Knights, I suppose. What's going on out there? My neighbor is idling his car in his driveway. I'll shut the window until he's done idling his car in his driveway, which is like right next to this window. Potion right away, huh? Well, that makes me want to do some knights. Does that make me want to do knights? I'm not positive. Well, I need to decide like now. Actually, maybe I don't. I could get a Haggler here, and that supports both things. But at some point, letting the game go on further is not going to help me decide if I want to go for knights. I decided I didn't like the Scrying Pool Horn deck because of what? Lack of draw? What are the critical components that I can deny him? Since this deck does not want to go for knights, I could just start racing highways. That's going to hurt him a lot. What if he's doing a Scrying Pool deck with some other payload besides Horn of Plenty? Why else do you want to draw cards? Well, that's a silly question. Drawing cards is amazing, but I could just limit his ability to draw cards. Even if he does decide to go for knights. What's this guy do? Draws cards! Ha! Well, it doesn't matter because he's terminal. Highway is okay. Right now I'm between Highway and Haggler. Haggler can gain me Oases, which is also something that he would want. Yeah? Yeah, let's go for Haggler. And this will be an Oasis, I think. Of course, if I'm going to play this deck, I should probably get a potion as well, shouldn't I? I could get a potion here. I really don't like the potion cost, though. I don't like it. I decided I didn't like it earlier, and I still don't. You get a Haggler. Yeah, I think that's what you want. Well, let's get an Oasis. Still not quite sure what I want to do here. I think I want Highway here for surezies. And Highway Haggling Oasis. Oh. That's not my neighbor. That's just a guy like 3 doors down, and his car is so freaking loud that I can hear it like it's right next door. Whee! I don't want to get too many Oases. Eventually, one day, I'm sure I'll be buying Platina and haggling highways. I also need to consider going into Knights. That's a possibility. I think maybe after I've made a dent in the highways, maybe I should go for some Knights. Knights really do hurt him, because like the only cards that my Knights will realistically be hitting would be... Ooh, Sir Cantrip. That's quite good. Would be his action cards, right? Which makes it harder for him to draw things. And of course, I can't get it. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, at least you can't get it either. That makes my decision easier. Do I buy something and haggle the knight, or do I buy the knight and haggle something else? I'd be getting a gold. Gold's not awful, I guess. What would I be haggling if I didn't get the gold? Oasis? I actually think I would prefer the gold. What is... You just drove your car around the block? You're weird, dude. That's actually annoying. I would have liked to have drawn and played. Yeah, my knight was better than yours. Ooh, well, that knight's not the best thing ever. Five, but he's really good against me. I better take him. Maybe I should be going for scrying pools. If he gets the trashing knight, I actually could be in a lot of trouble. Now that I think about it. I think I just need to get a highway. I think I want a highway, and I can only really haggle an oasis. So it looks like this game is probably going to end on piles. I think that favors me. I'd really like to get a platinum, though. Okay, well, let's just hope that guy is gone for a while. Whoa. My headset's doing something funny.